Some will argue that the debt to GDP ratio at 34% is still low compared to other countries in Africa. And that is absolutely correct. But no one pays their debt using GDP.
Dr. Akinwumi Adesina made a strong push for the removal of petrol subsidy and the entrenchment of the principles of transparency, accountability, and the rule of law.
The economy of Nigeria is one of the most diversified in Africa, with the oil sector accounting for only 15% of the GDP, and 85% is accounted for by other sectors. Nigeria's challenge is not diversification. Nigeria's challenge is revenue concentration. And that is because the oil sector accounts for 75.4% of export revenue and 50% of all government revenue. The solution, therefore, is to unlock the bottlenecks that are hampering the 85% of the economy. These include low productivity, very poor infrastructure and logistics, despite gains being made, epileptic power supply, inadequate access to finance for small and medium-sized enterprises. Nigeria must also shift away from just relying on import substitution to export-focused industrialization. No team in soccer can ever win by playing defense. Every team that wins in soccer, they win by playing offense. When you do export-led industrialization, that's offense. That's how economics will grow, and that's how we will thrive.
In his own intervention, Senator Kashim Shettima, GCON, advised Nigerians to play down the issue of religion and take ourselves as one people before God, whether Christians or Muslims. He pledged on behalf of the president-elect that they will put to use all the pieces of advice of the speakers at the presidential inauguration lecture.
No doubt, our hearts swell with gratitude. No doubt, assuming the mantle of leadership in these troubled times warrant deep reflections. We shall undoubtedly honor and celebrate this opportunity. Yet I implore you, let the strains of our jubilation be hushed, for now is not the time to revel in the enchantment of triumph. Instead, let us come together in solemn unity and recognize the realities that afflict our nation. As Winston Churchill said, truth is so precious that it has to be surrounded by a bodyguard of lies. In politics, a lot of lies are being traded on at the top. Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, I was a child of necessity. There is no any Islamization agenda. I stand here, Your Excellency, ladies and gentlemen, imbued with a profound conviction that in unity, we are going to move a mountain. I implore on all Nigerians to give us the benefit of the doubt, to invest your trust and confidence in the Tinubu project, to believe in the Nigeria project. So finally, Your Excellency, ladies and gentlemen, what binds us together to persist whatever that divides us? Thank you so much, and may God bless you.
In his own submission, President Muhammadu Buhari admonished the Tinubu administration to create an environment where Nigerians are given equal opportunity to thrive regardless of their background, ethnicity, religion, or social status. He said his successor in office, President Bola Tinubu, is more than equal to the task to deliver any assignments given to him by Nigerians.
The lessons we have learned here are not mere intellectual exercises, but a call to action. As I prepare to hand over the reins of governance to the President-elect on the 29th of May, I am filled with a renewed sense of hope, hinged on the capacity of my successor, His Excellency Bola Ahmed Tinubu, to deliver on the assignment given to him by Nigerians. I am at the same time reminded of the immense responsibilities entrusted upon us as leaders and the tremendous potentials that lies within our great nation. We must heed the lessons of this lecture and translate them into concrete actions. We must continue to prioritize the welfare and well-being of our students, providing them with quality education, accessible health care, and sustainable livelihoods. We must fight against corruption in all its forms, unfolding the principles of transparency, accountability, and the rule of law. Let us remember that the true measure of our success lies not in the titles we hold or the positions we occupy, but on the positive impact we make on the lives of our fellow citizens. Together, let us march forward, guided by the lessons learned from this lecture, and build a Nigeria that is prosperous, inclusive, and anchored on the principles of democracy. Thank you, and God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
The presidential inauguration interdenominational church service was held on Sunday, the 28th of May 2023 at the newly refurbished Christian Worship Center in Abuja. In attendance are the multi-ethnic and multi-religious bipartisan congregation of Nigerians were the Vice President of Nigeria, Professor Yemi Osinbajo, and wife, Mrs. Dolapo Osinbajo, former Head of State, Dr. Yakubu Gowon, and wife, Mrs. Victoria Gowon, Senator Oluremi Tinubu, wife of the President-elect, Senator Bola Tinubu, the Speaker of Nigeria's House of Representatives, Right Honorable Femi Gbajabiamila, was represented by his wife, Mrs. Salamatu Gbajabiamila. The service chiefs were in attendance: the Chief of Air Staff, Air Marshal Amao, the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Mr. Boss Mustafa, and wife, the Secretary to the APC, Senator Iyola Mishiri, former Governor of Ogun State and Senator-elect Otumba Gbenga Daniel, Reverend Esther Ajayi, Mr. Sunday Dari, Minister of Youth and Sports Development. There was a very rich array of clergymen from different Christian denominations in attendance. The service began with a rendition of praise and worship songs by the combined choir of the Christian Worship Center. Call to worship was done by Pastor Israel Akonji, President of the Baptist Convention. The first Bible reading was taken by Senator Godswill Akpabio from Psalm 133, verse 1-3, which centered on the need for unity. Can Mass Choir also performed before the reading of the second lesson by Mrs. Salamatu Gbajabiamila. The New Life for All Choir from Ekwa also performed. The sermon was preached by Archbishop John Praise, the General Overseer of Dominion Chapel International Ministry. The title of the sermon was Repositioning Nigeria on Sustainable Growth and Development.
Coexistence and sustainable growth and development, which we all yearn for as a nation. Our gross domestic product must grow exponentially, while debt burdens should no longer assail our economy. We have the potential to be the true giant of Africa and a destination of choice for foreign direct investors or investment. tourism, and hosting of the world-class events. And this is our ideal Nigerian dream. And by the grace of God, we shall be singing Hosanna and glory to the King of Kings. For greater things he will do in no distant time. And I believe that this government, new government, will be a government of hope against every negative expectation. To those who might have had some other political and electoral preferences, which is not unusual and unexpected, may I remind them the election has come and gone, and a winner is set. Citizen of our great country, to put issues relating to the elections behind us and come together to support the incoming government to deliver the dividends of democracy, bearing in mind that this country belongs to all of us.
The Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Mr. Boss Mustafa, who is the chairman of the Presidential Inauguration Council, thanked all those who contributed to the success of the programs.
First and foremost, I extend my deepest appreciation to the leadership of the Christian Association of Nigeria, other religious leaders, and congregants who have gathered here today. Your presence and active participation in fostering interdenominational harmony serve as a beacon of inspiration for us all. Together, we have demonstrated the power of unity and strength within our shared faith. I would also like to express my sincere gratitude to the diligent members of the organizing committee who worked tirelessly, and our volunteers and our unsung heroes working behind the scenes. Your unwavering dedication and meticulous efforts have contributed to the resounding success of this interdenominational church service. It is through your selfless commitment that we have been able to create a scared space for collective worship and reflection today. With a sense of gratitude and fulfillment. And I end by quoting President Muhammadu Buhari when he said on the 25th, during the investiture of the President-elect and the Vice President-elect and the transmission of transition documents. He said, and I quote, "I have run a good race. I have finished my course. With his permission, I would add, I have kept the faith. Thank you, and God bless you."
The President-elect, Senator Bola Ahmed Tinubu, who was represented by his wife, Senator Oluremi Tinubu, urged Nigerians to pray for the success of the Tinubu-Shettima administration as it mounts the saddle of leadership in these very challenging times.
And the fear of God is the beginning of wisdom. Today we have heard in the Psalm 133 verses 1 to 3, except there is unity, blessings cannot flow down. This is the time for Nigeria to come together, for us to be renewed in our hope again. To hope in Nigeria, our young children have sung here today. They are expecting the best for Nigeria. Nigeria's wealth is the commonwealth of all. It belongs to everyone. God has blessed my family. We don't need the wealth of Nigeria to survive, but to do the right thing. And I promise you on this altar that with your help, with the help of God, we will set this nation on the right path.
Vice President of Nigeria, Professor Yemi Osinbajo, in his address, thanked Nigerians for the support they gave to the Buhari government, pleading with Nigerians to show equal support to the Tinubu-Shettima incoming administration.
Marvelous light. God speaks about nations, and He's interested in nations. He's the real builder of nations, and He's certainly interested in prospering nations. So we must involve him and listen to him as we build our nation. According to Solomon, in Psalm 127 verse 1, the scripture says, unless the Lord builds the house, they labor in vain who build it. Unless the Lord guards the city, the watchman stays awake in vain. God is the builder and the protector of nations. So I pray these same words for the President-elect, Senator Bola Tinubu, GCFR, and the Vice President-elect, Senator Kashim Shettima, GCON, and the new government, that as their days in office, so shall they grow in stature, in wisdom, and in favor with the Almighty God. Amen. And I pray also for our nation. I pray that this nation will prosper and that the Lord God Almighty will have his hand upon this nation, that our land and our people will live in peace and security. In Jesus' mighty name.
The BOS Biscon TV inimitable production crew of ace cameramen and crack reporters continued our coverage and cutting-edge packaging and production of the historic inauguration of the 16th President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria with the inauguration dinner, which was held on Sunday, the 28th of May 2023 at the Presidential Villa in Abuja. In attendance were the creme de la creme of Nigeria's economic, political, corporate, religious, traditional and social power blocks. To a large extent, it was a multi-ethnic, religious and bipartisan attendance of Nigerians from the 6 geopolitical zones of the country. The performance that caught the attention of BOS and Biscon TV ace cameraman Olumide Odushoga was the wondrous performance by Africa's #1 female talking drummer, Ara, that held the entire audience spellbound. In his remarks, the President-elect Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu reiterated the facts which is beginning to resonate with Nigerians, that he will totally dedicate himself to serve Nigeria, Africa, and indeed the world.
Here is a country that has stumbled a number of times, but will never fall. We can be squeaky like old man's car, but we will never break apart. We are just a unique country. And many other problems confronting us. But don't pity me. I ask for the job. I can pay for it. No excuses. I will live up to the deal. I promise you. Thank you very much. Thank you.
In his response, President Muhammadu Buhari again congratulated the President-elect and wished him the best of luck as he paddles the canoe as the President of Nigeria for the next 4 years, asking for support for him by all Nigerians. Going through the very captivating, superlatively crafted headlines in the different newspapers of Monday, 29th of May 2023, this sets the unmistakable stage for the event of the moment. The Punch says Tinubu takes boat as president. Nigerians demand quick actions. Private sector demands blueprints on economy, fuel subsidy. Another shot from President Bola Tinubu's quote, "Don't pity me. I asked for the job, and I won't give excuses." The Guardian has this headline, "Cautious optimism as Tinubu offers hope to weary Nigerians." The Tribune says Tinubu takes oath of office today. His road to presidency. World leaders arrive. Governors-elect set for inauguration in 28 states. Abuja agog. The Nation newspaper says world leaders set for Tinubu's inauguration. Ayonko and 339 eminent Nigerians received national awards. This Day newspaper captured the headline, "Tinubu fulfills lifelong ambition to be Nigeria's president today. Pledges to deliver on campaign promises at inauguration dinner. Says there will be no excuses." Afenifere says ex-Lagos Governor's administration will birth a new Nigeria. The inauguration events began in earnest with prayers in the Islamic and Christian ways to set the inauguration on a prayerful note. The inauguration began with the Vice President-elect, invited to the podium for his oath of office, accompanied by his wife, Hadiya Nana Shetima. The oath was administered by the Chief Justice of Nigeria, Justice Olukayode Ariwola, CFR.
I, Kashim Shetima, do solemnly swear that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and that I will preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. So help me God. Judicial Oath. I, Kashim Shetima, do solemnly swear that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to the Federal Republic of Nigeria. That as Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, I will discharge my duties and perform my functions honestly to the best of my ability and faithfully in accordance with the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria and the law. That I will abide by the code of conduct contained in the 5th schedule of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. That I will not allow my personal interest to influence my official conduct or my official decisions. That I will preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. So help me God.
Next to take his oath of office was the President, Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of Nigeria, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, accompanied by his wife, Senator Oluremi Tinubu, and the outgoing President, Muhammadu Buhari, and his wife, Aisha Buhari.
I, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, do solemnly swear that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and that I will preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. So help me God. Bola Ahmed Tinubu, do solemnly swear that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to the Federal Republic of Nigeria, that as President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, I will discharge my duties and perform my functions honestly, to the best of my ability and faithfully in accordance with the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria and the law.
that I will abide by the code of conduct contained in the 5th schedule to the Constitution of the Republic of Nigeria, that I will not allow my personal interest to influence my official conduct or my official decisions, that I will preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. So, help me God.
The parade at the ceremony was directed by Kano State-born Lieutenant Colonel Sadiq Hassan Yusuf, 7th Guards Battalion of the Nigerian Army. The President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of Nigeria inspected the combined guard of honor mounted by the Army, Navy, Air Force and the Nigeria Police Force. The President, Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of Nigeria, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu GCFR, riding on the Mercedes-Benz Land Rover with the colors of the Army, went round the entire Eagle Square as he received very huge applause from his supporters around and beyond Nigeria.
Il a fait des réformes durables dans les domaines pédagogiques, financiers, judiciaires et la création des emplois. Son Excellence a eu sa licence en l'administration des affaires, comptabilité et la gestion à l'Université de Chicago, Illinois, aux États-Unis. Il a aussi travaillé comme directeur supérieur à Mobile.
While addressing the nation as the 16th President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, again assured Nigerians and the international democratic community that he is fully prepared to deliver the dividends of democracy in all aspects to make life better for all Nigerians.
I stand before you, honored to assume the sacred mandate you have given me. My love for this nation is abiding. My confidence in its people, unwavering, and my faith in God Almighty is absolute. I know that His hand shall provide the needed moral strength and clarity of thought in those instances where evil seem to have reached the limit of human capacity. As a nation, we have long ago decided to march beyond the dimness of night into open day of a new national hope. This country, to place Nigeria on the map of an independent nation. We must never allow the labor of those who came before us to wither in vain, but to blossom and bring forth a better reality. Let us take the next great step. The journey they began and believed in. Today, let us commit ourselves to placing Nigeria in our hearts as the indispensable hope for each and every one of all.
he extended an olive branch to all those who contested with him to come on board to help in finding solutions to the Nigerian projects, even though it's their right to seek the court's intervention in the election that brought him to power, which he considers the best election in the democratic history of our country.
My victory does not render me any more Nigerian than my opponent, nor does this render them any less patriotic. They shall forever be my fellow compatriots, and I will treat them as such. They represent important constituencies and concerns that wisdom dare not ignore. That the mandate you have given me is not misplaced. The confidence is there. Hope is back for Nigeria. Just let us be united. Thank you. God bless Nigeria. God bless Federal Republic of Ghana.
Biscon Communications congratulates Nigeria's new president, His Excellency Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, and wish him a very successful tenure in office, as we also pledge our professional support to him and properly projecting his activities through the BOS and Biscon TV globally recognized platforms.
Ahmed Tinubu and His Excellency Kashim Shettima. To this end, I welcome in a very special way the President-elect and the Vice President-elect to this momentous occasion. This morning, we will be witnesses to three historical events, beginning with the conferment of the highest national honor on two deserving and distinguished individuals whom God Almighty has found worthy to lead our nation over the next 4 years. The second event will be the handover of transition documents to the President-elect. I would keep the third event to my chest so we don't lose the element of surprise that comes with the innovative addition to the ceremony. Mr. President, Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, my role at this time is to welcome you, and I would like to keep it simple, as I will be returning to give a detailed presentation that would outline the objectives of this gathering. Once again, welcome. Thank you, and God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. I will now invite the Honorable Minister of Special Duties and Intergovernmental Affairs, distinguished Senator George Akume, to perform the first leg of this ceremony. Thank you.
His Excellency Muhammadu Buhari, GCFR, President and Commander-in-Chief, the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Your Excellency the Vice President, Professor Yomi Osinbajo, JCON, Your Excellency the First Lady, the President-elect, His Excellency Senator Bola Tinubu, accompanied by his dear wife, Senator Remi Tinubu, the Vice President-elect, His Excellency Kashim Shettima, and his dear wife, President of the Senate, the Speaker of the House of Representatives, my Lord, the Chief Justice of Nigeria, the Chairman of our great party, the All Progressives Congress, Baje Damu, members of the National Assembly, our governors, members of the Executive Council of Nigeria, Secretary to the Government, Chief of Staff, Honorable, the National Security Advisor, Head of Service, members of the Diplomatic Corps, Captains of Industry, senior party leaders here present, ladies and gentlemen. It is with utmost humility that I address this August gathering on the conferment of the national honors of the Grand Commander of the Order of the Federal Republic of Nigeria on Senator Bola Ahmed Tinubu, President-elect, and as Shiwaju of Lagos, and the Grand Commander of the Order of the Niger, GCON, on Senator Kashim Shettima, the Vice President-elect, respectively. Today, as is customary, the President will have the privilege of bestowing the highest national honors of our land upon these extraordinary Nigerians who have shown unwavering dedication, remarkable leadership, and selfless service to our nation. Your Excellency, you may recall that on June 12, 2018, in a deliberate attempt to heal the land and enthrone justice, you conferred these distinguished awards on His Excellency late Chief M.K.O. Abiola, GCFR, winner of the 1999 presidential election, and his vice, His Excellency Ambassador Babagana Kingibe, GCON. Late Chief Gani Fayomi was also honored at the ceremony with GCON in recognition of his fight for human rights, particularly the rights of the common man. However, today's event is different. Why the Abiola Kingibe election of June 12 was annulled? This election has been upheld and adjudged one of the freest and the most credible in the political history of our country. The verdict of history, therefore, will be kind and generous to you, Mr. President, for your commitment to the sanctity of the democratic process and love of country. Let me use this opportunity to extend my heartfelt congratulations to the President-elect, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and the Vice President-elect, Senator Kashim Shettima, on their forthcoming inauguration to President as Vice President of our great nation. Your Excellency's steadfastness, commitment, and unwavering vision and vigorous efforts toward the progress and development of our dear country has earned you the people's confidence to lead Nigeria in the next dispensation. His Excellency Bola Ahmed Tinubu and His Excellency Kashim Shettima are transformational and patriotic leaders. For 8 years of his stewardship of Lagos State, Shiwaju transformed the state in a most unprecedented way, and today the Lagos economy is rated as number 6 in Africa. He is also a political strategist. When his party, Alliance for Democracy, AD, was hit below the belt in 2003, he, along with his associates, planned and effected total deconstruction of the PDP in the Southwest. It is credit to Senator Shettima that he fought the dreaded Boko Haram to a standstill and still continued with massive development of Borno State as governor. Given the track records of the two patriotic and hardworking Nigerians, the two citizens, Nigerians massively voted for them on the 25th of February, 2023, as president and vice president, respectively. As we savor the euphoria of this ceremony, let us remember that the recipients are considered as beacons of hope and aspiration for our nation. Their exemplary leadership and unwavering dedication to the betterment of our society serve as a reminder to a united Nigeria where all citizens can thrive without bounds. In conclusion, I would like to express my gratitude to Mr. President, His Excellency Muhammadu Buhari, for his remarkable achievements in the development of our nation. Your Excellency, it has been a privilege to serve under your government. I'm confident, as many Nigerians are, that the incoming administration will continue to build on the legacy that has been laid and take our nation to even greater heights. Thank you, and may God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Thank you, Excellency and Minister George Akume. Mr. President, distinguished and eminent Nigerians, this is a two-pronged event. One is the investiture part, and the second is the transfer of baton of service. We are going into the first part now, which is the investiture conferment of the national honor of Grand Commander of the Order of the Niger, GCON, on His Excellency Kashim Shettima, Vice President-elect. Can you step forward, please?
Born September 2, 1966 in Maiduguri into the illustrious family of Alhaji Shettima Mustafa Kutaibe, the Shettima Kaoma Moroma of Borno, and Hajia Nana Kujarima Shettima, a princess of the esteemed Elkanemi royal family, His Excellency Senator Kashim Shettima is famously known for his courage as a performing wartime governor. Shettima Misula Primary School in Maiduguri from 1972 to 1978, Government Community Secondary School View from 1978 to 1980, and Government Science Secondary School Potoskum from 1980 to 1983. Shettima obtained his BSc with honors in agricultural economics from the University of Maiduguri in 1989 and his MSc in agricultural economics from the University of Ibadan in 1991 after his NYSc in Calabar. Shettima worked as a University of Maiduguri lecturer before he moved into the banking sector, where he rapidly rose to become a general manager. In 2007, Shettima was appointed by Borno State Governor Ali Modi Sharif as Commissioner of Finance and Economic Development. Shettima later served in the Ministries of Education, Agriculture, Health, as well as Local Government and Chieftaincy Affairs. In 2011, Shettima was elected Governor of Borno State and re-elected in 2015. As Governor, Kashim Shettima formalized, funded, trained and equipped thousands of Borno youths under the name Civilian JTF, who voluntarily supported the military in fighting Boko Haram. Shettima also prioritized Borno's infrastructural development and the reconstruction of communities displaced by Boko Haram. To revolutionize education and promote peace in Borno, Shettima introduced the mega-sized school system, targeting orphans from insurgent attacks.
Thank you. Thank you. Congratulations, His Excellency, the Vice President-elect Kashim Shettima, GCON. Thank you. For those manning the equipment where the citation is being read, the procedure now will be you read the citation first, or you play the citation first, and then the person who is being invested with the title will come forward. So, shall we take the citation of President-elect His Excellency Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Citation, please. President-elect can stand up, please.
Perhaps more than any other person since the return of civilian rule in 1999, Bola Ahmed Tinubu's fidelity in maintaining his political party as a formidable opposition helped salvage multi-party democracy in Nigeria. Rising through the political murky waters in the 1990s, he propelled his way with the Progressives platform of a social democratic party which evolved out of Shehu Musa Yar'Adua's People's Front political machine to become the strongman of Lagos politics, winning a senatorial election for Lagos Central Senatorial District in 1992. Bola Ahmed Tinubu never looked back after then. He went ahead to win the governorship election in Lagos State in 1999 under the flag of the Alliance for Democracy Party. The virtues of courage, determination, commitment, vision, focus and strong sense of purpose that have characterized Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu's politics drove his emergence as one of the country's most successful governors. His stewardship of Lagos State for 8 years remains a reference point for good governance in Nigeria and across the region, creating the blueprint for Nigeria's richest state and 5th largest economy in Africa. Asiwaju Tinubu, along with a few other progressives, cobbled together the APC, which in 2015 unseated a sitting president at the center for the first time in Nigeria's political history. That elected government, led by President Muhammadu Buhari, was re-elected in 2019 based on its superlative performance and Tinubu's political sagacity. He overwhelmingly won his party's primary election in Abuja on June 8 last year at Eagle Square in a most transparent and well-organized election. As a party's presidential candidate, he traversed the length and breadth of the country, campaigning for votes with his manifesto, which he christened Renewed Hope, Agenda for Better Nigeria, wherein he promised far-reaching ideas and solutions to make life better for the people. Born on the 29th of March 1950, and first attended Richard Daley College in Chicago and then Chicago State University, graduating in 1979 with a Bachelor of Science degree in accountancy. Tinubu got employment in the United States with such companies as Deloitte and GTE Services Corporation. He returned to Nigeria in 1983 and joined ExxonMobil as a company executive. After an illustrious career in the private sector, he ventured into Nigeria's political terrain and has evolved into a political master strategist and a mentor of multitude of men. At Bola Ahmed Tinubu's 71st birthday on March 29, 2023, President Muhammadu Buhari was quoted in his congratulatory message by Femi Adesina, his special advisor on media and publicity, as saying, and I quote, "I believe Asiwaju's warmth, friendliness and generosity has set the pace for a network of friends, home and abroad, that will shape his presidency with requisite expertise to guide their economy and consolidate on the investments of past leaders, particularly in the people's first development and infrastructure," unquote. President Buhari. Today, he prepares to assume office as President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, more than 30 years since he entered politics for the common good, during which he helped shape the political careers of many. What more can one say about an incoming 16th President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria but to hail our man of the moment, our leader, our mentor, our fisher of men.
President-elect, please step forward while Mr. President will perform the conferment of the national honor of Grand Commander of the Order of the Federal Republic, GCFR. Congratulations, President-elect Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR.
From today, we wouldn't be addressing President-elect as His Excellency Bola Tinubu alone. It will not be complete except you put His Excellency Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR. Another round of applause, the same for our Vice President-elect. Congratulations. Congratulations. It's a beautiful day. Going next to the item we have on the program, to show the import of why we included this in the program, is because some people still don't know how much the creative arts, culture, and tourism should be contributing to a nation's national growth. Some do know, some don't. And so we decided that to bring it to perspective, we should include this. The contributions of culture, tourism, and the creative arts to a nation's economy cannot be overemphasized. Mention our rich cultural heritage, our songs, our dances, our rhythms, our rhymes, our cultural festivals, our poetry, folklore, read political history, our museums, monuments, art galleries, Nollywood films that are making us proud and Miss Committee of Nations, our rich darbas, rich traditions. No wonder we have our own fathers here, our traditional rulers, and they came in good time to be here today. Mention it. We are blessed as a nation. Mr. President took it to a high level. Our new incoming president is determined to take it to another higher level. In anticipation of that, let's give them a round of applause. Spoken words is an integral part of the culture, tourism, and creative arts industry all over the world. That explains why our own daughter will be coming out in a few seconds to give her own presentation. Keyon Onyeka is an award-winning spoken word artist whose goal is to influence change at personal, national, and global levels. She has performed at high-level events organized by international organizations like USAID, UKAID, and the Commonwealth. She believes in a Nigeria where leaders and critics and citizens work collectively for its development, and communicated this in her poem, No Sidon Look. No more Sidon Look, for those that are Sidoning, to say it in the pidgin language. That's the title of the spoken word for today. And this featured on BBC Media Action, Making Nigeria Proud, and Miss Committee of Nations. Please let's give a round of applause as I call on Keyon Onyeka. Keyon, please step forward and let's see you do what you know how to do best. Bless you. Another round of applause. Thank you. That would encourage her.
Arise, O compatriots. Nigeria calls you, not your tribe, religion, or political affiliation, but this land of tens of millions calls you to guide her to light. In this call is the voice of a 10-year-old, diagnosed with a disease that she has no name for and a cost bigger than her age. She calls you. Will you answer? Arise, O compatriots. Nigeria calls you. In this call is the voice of a man, powerful but crippled by unemployment. See him in traffic, hawking, racing after cars that keeps outrunning him. He calls you. Will you answer? Arise, O compatriots. Nigeria calls you. In this call is the voice of a native clutching his ancestors in his chest, questions staggering in his chest whether to japa or to stay. Will you answer? Arise, O compatriots. Nigeria calls you. In this call is the voice of a woman terrified every time her son walks out the door, wondering whether he will come back a walking body or in a body bag. He calls you. Will you answer? We are the answer to our own prayers. We are the prophet. We are the prophecy. We are Nigerians, a coming together of a people who their blood today hot, a conglomerate of men and women who do not go to bed until the sun does, resilience tattooed on our skin. Not west, not east, not central, southeast, south-south, southwest. Every tribe, every tongue coming together into one. For we are better together. Arise, O compatriots. In every place where we fought each other, we drop our arms and stretch out our arms to hold each other. That the labor of our heroes will not stay rotting on history books, but become the foundation for us to build tomorrow together. That no seat, no table is set without everyone sitting on it. That every time we build ourselves together, we're coming together and echoing that we are better together. Do they know who we are?
Of President Muhammadu Buhari to ensure that His Excellency President-elect Bola Ahmed Tinubu and his team have all the information required to make a quick start with the business of governance. For the records, 3 documents will be presented to the President-elect this morning. The first is a briefing note on each of the 9 priority areas, covering all sectors. The briefs are intended to provide relevant information that would help the new administration understand the peculiarities of each sector, including key issues within the sector that need immediate attention, highlights of quick wins, and mapping of the efforts of the Buhari administration in the areas where it finds alignment with the renewed hope agenda of the incoming administration. The novelty about this, Your Excellency, Mr. President and the President-elect, is that we took the renewed hope agenda and aligned it with the 9 priority areas. And where there are gaps, we indicated the gaps. And where there are improvements based on the renewed hope agenda, we indicated it and we stated what are the quick wins, what can be deferred for the future. So this is a comprehensive document you are receiving this afternoon. It's a combination of the effort of the President Muhammadu Buhari administration aligned with your vision for Nigeria. The briefs also provide key recommendations on how to improve sector outcomes. The second document you'll be receiving, Your Excellency, this afternoon is a compendium which comprehensively captures the priority programs and projects implemented by the Buhari administration towards achieving the 9 priority areas. It displays a trend of analysis of annual budget performances from 2019. Every year, what is the budget performance? 80%, 100%, 50%, as achieved through the mandate of the 9 priority areas. Each ministry is catalogued into that, and a summary of the ministerial performance and scorecard for each ministry is detailed in this document. You take, for instance, Ministry of Education. What is the impact of that ministry on the citizens? If the mandate says they are going to increase enrollment with 2 million, what percentage of that 2 million have been achieved? And if it has not been fully achieved, what are the impediments? What were the constraints? Was it as a result of funding? Was it as a result of conflicting administration of that particular mandate? And what are the expected outcomes and the way out? So that is provided in this particular document. Policies and projects implemented throughout the period. It contains up-to-date information on what the outgoing government has accomplished, what is yet to be achieved, major challenges and the advisories for the future. The third document you are receiving this afternoon, Your Excellency, is policy status update. In a bid to preserve institutional memory and support the efforts of the incoming administration, the policies implemented by all the ministries, extra-ministerial departments and agencies under the Buhari administration has been carefully compiled and organized to show the period each was developed, the key objectives of that policy, the status of implementation, the key achievements, and what remains to be done. So these are the 3 documents that are contained in the white box, which Mr. President will be handing over to you this afternoon. These documents represent years of hard work, strategic planning and implementation. They provide a comprehensive overview of the administration's achievements, ongoing projects, and priorities for the future. Laid by the President-elect, His Excellency Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, has a solid platform to build upon and continue the journey towards a prosperous Nigeria. We hope the incoming administration will find these documents useful and utilize them, defining its policy direction. Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it is now my singular honor and privilege to invite the President, Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, His Excellency President Muhammadu Buhari, to preside over the transmission of the handover documents to President-elect His Excellency Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR. I thank you for your kind attention and patience, and God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Yes, it's all going to be done there.
Oh, everything together. Yeah. Oh, okay. So the next thing we are doing is to invite the President. The transition documents are going to be handed over to the President-elect now by President Muhammadu Buhari. Then you have the baton of service, which President Buhari will also hand over to the President-elect, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR. You know that in a relay race, batons are handed over. It shows you that governance and government is a long-distance race. Now, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, let's please have our seats. And please, let's cut the noise that is coming from the back of the hall. This is a high-level event, and such kind of noise is not expected or appreciated. Please, let's control the noise coming from the back of the hall. The President-elect is going to make his speech shortly after the podium is set up. I hope you can recall that in 2015, at about this time, the noise in the country then was that there were no form of transition documents. No notes, no reports, nothing. But you can see the difference today. The President has signed Executive Order 14, which mandated the Transition Council to prepare all that we have seen now. And it's going to be a culture in the country because it's already a law. You won't have any other government succeeding another government, and there are no records at all because Executive Order 14 has mandated that every government does this before a new government comes in. Thank you. I think we should give a round of applause. Thank you. My pleasure to call on the President-elect, His Excellency Bola Ahmed Tinubu, to make his response. Welcome, sir.
Your Excellency, Mr. President Muhammadu Buhari and his wife, Her Excellency Ajia Aisha Buhari. Your Excellency, the Vice President, Professor Yemi Oshibai. My wife, Oluremi Tinubu. Thank you. the Vice President-elect and his wife, Shetima, the Senate President, Senator Ahmed Lawan, the Speaker of the House of Representatives, Honorable Femi Gbajabiamila, the Honorable Chief Justice of Nigeria, Your Excellencies, my lords, governors, and all the political colleagues here present. Chief Bisi Akande, the interim somewhere. All the ministers, the honorable senators, it is a great honor for me to, but let me first of all say thank you. You have made history, and no one can deny your contribution to our national development. Your devotion to progressive and democratic governance is unassailable. I stand here today, renewed in hope to our national greatness. I also feel full of pride that this moment is our moment, and I know what it represents. This stately occasion is proof that Nigeria is vibrant and true democracy. It confirms that our democratic path is right and is right, and nothing will deter us from sticking to it. Sure. Our way shall not be always smooth, yes. Democracy is rough and tumble, hills and valleys. Yet we are imbued with faith in our purpose and belief in our collective ability to overcome the challenges that confront us. President Buhari, you have shown courage in taking tall decisions others avoided. On such decision is to recognize the injustice of annulment of 1993 election, to designate June 12th as a Democracy Day, and to bestow the nation's highest honor on late MKO Abiola. As much as anyone could, you reach back into history to set the right and heal the festering wounds. Thank you. The justice you did in this matter lent special meanings to today. The people have put their trust in us. You have done your part, Mr. President. Now, a great duty will descend on me. I understand the meaning of the honor given to me today and the magnitude of the task that awaits Whether you go to Dara or Nigeria or anywhere, you expect knocks on your doors. We are determined, as enumerated, on security. We must make headway as you've charted the course. The people deserve no less. You said so. I shall not disappoint.
Thank you, Mr. President-elect. Thank you so much.